First and foremost, I want to express my heartfelt thanks to President Mirziyoyev for the warm welcome we have received in your beautiful country and for hosting us in the ancient city of Samarkand, a city that has made its significant mark in the history of our regions. Today, I am proud to be part of a new chapter in the modern history of Samarkand as we elevate the relations between our two regions to a dynamic strategic partnership. It has been 30 years since we established diplomatic relations between the European Union and the 5 Central Asian countries, and it is time to recognize the profound significance of the ties that bind us together. In these past days, I had the privilege to visiting the spectacular cities of Bukhara and Samarkand, where I discovered not only the impressive history and rich culture of the region, but also the deep-rooted connections that have shaped our relationships for centuries through cultural exchange, scientific collaboration, and trade. Your Excellencies, in today's international context, the importance of a functioning rules-based multilateral order cannot be overstated. Our meeting today encourages even more European Union Central Asia cooperation in multilateral fora, reinforcing our shared commitment to a peaceful and prosperous global order. I would like to commend Uzbekistan for hosting the Samarkand Climate Forum later today, which underscores the importance of regional cooperation on critical issues such as climate change and water management. These challenges are among the most pressing of our time, and we must work together to address them. We have already accomplished a great deal. The European Union is one of the Central Asia's main investors and the second largest trade partner. We must now look to the future and take our cooperation to new heights. Climate change is an area where our joint action is not only needed for our own benefit, but for the greater good of global stability, security, and prosperity. Issues such as water scarcity, poor air quality, pollution, and the loss of biodiversity pose serious threats to the security and prosperity of both our regions. Europe's 2 climate banks, the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development and the European Investment Bank, are already supporting critical climate action in Central Asia, and we are committed to expanding this cooperation significantly. In recent years, with the adoption of the European Union Strategy for Central Asia in 2019 and the joint roadmap for deepening ties between the EU and Central Asia in 2023, and the momentum from the EU Global Gateway Strategy led by the European Commission and Ursula von der Leyen, we have enhanced our engagement with your region. We are exploring new areas of cooperation, including in digital technologies, transport, and raw materials. However, I believe our relationship has not yet reached its full potential. Our partnership is a journey, not a destination. This summit marks the start of a new dimension in our relations, and it will not be a one-off. I'm eager to hear your views and proposals on how we can further increase our cooperation and focus on the areas that will offer the greatest benefits. Together, we must ensure that our strategic partnership is both real and dynamic, delivering concrete outcomes that have a lasting impact. Excellencies, as we face common security challenges that are steadily increasing on a global scale, we must acknowledge that security threats are now of a transnational nature. No region is immune to these risks, and therefore we must step up our cooperation at bilateral, regional and multilateral levels. The European Union has been a long-standing partner for Central Asia in the field of security. Our programs on border management and addressing drug-related challenges have long showcased the European Union's commitment to this region. We have also provided support for various counter-terrorism initiatives, including law enforcement, countering terrorism financing, and preventing violent extremism and radicalization. The regular dialogues on drugs between our regions are one example of where we can build further, strengthening our cooperation in combating these challenges. I am particularly pleased that together we have agreed to initiate a dedicated dialogue on counter-terrorism and violent extremism. This is an important step forward in addressing shared security threats. And I wish to use this opportunity to congratulate Tajikistan and Kyrgyzstan on the signing of the historic border agreement on the 3rd of March. This is an important accomplishment for both countries and for the whole region. In turbulent times, we need more examples like this to solve peaceful conflicts. Turning to Afghanistan, where multiple security threats, notably terrorism, violent extremism, and drug trafficking, risk spilling over into both Central Asia and Europe, Central Asia has valuable experience and insights on how to best mitigate these risks. Together, we can work to ensure regional stability. Additionally, we are witnessing an increase in disinformation being used for political manipulation purposes. In the European Union, we take this threat very seriously and remain steadfast in our commitment to strengthen resilience both within the European Union and in our partner countries. The most severe security challenge we face today is the continuing Russian aggression against Ukraine. This war goes far beyond Ukraine and Europe. Russia's war is not a local conflict. Is it an assault on the very principles of the rules-based international order? For over 3 years, Russia, as a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council, has flagrantly violated the United Nations Charter and international law, undermining the stability of the international system. There is a new momentum for a peace process in Ukraine, one that should lead to a comprehensive, just and lasting peace. The European Union fully supports these efforts and will contribute to them in every way possible. And we must work together, European Union and Central Asian countries, on a common effort to guarantee a just and lasting peace in Ukraine, in Europe, in the world. The role of Central Asian countries is invaluable, and we count on your continued efforts in these regards. The principles laid out in the United Nations Charter are not just words on paper. They represent the shared commitment of nations to prevent conflicts, promote peace, and safeguard the well-being of our citizens. These principles are as relevant today as they were when the United Nations was founded, and they remain the cornerstone of multilateralism. We must work together not only to defend multilateralism, but to reform it so that it is more effective, inclusive, and better suited to today's realities. Our first summit is a clear example of the stabilizing role that regional cooperation based on trust can play on the global stage. Excellencies, the European Union is eager to build a mutually beneficial partnership with Central Asia, one that goes beyond expectations, setting a living example of what is possible when nations come together in the spirit of cooperation. Today's summit is a landmark. We look to the future with optimism, and then we share the motto of our summit, investing in the future. Our relations have never been stronger, and now we must move forward with ambition to write the next chapters of the strategic partnership between Central Asia and the European Union. Thank you very much.
Господин президент, спасибо за ваши теплые и высокие оценки изменений ситуации в регионе. И, как вы уже сказали, мы вместе достигли большого прогресса. И согласен, что, и я думаю, мои коллеги поддержат, что сегодня Центральная Азия заинтересована в расширении конструктивного диалога и практического сотрудничества с ЕС на основе конкретных проектов и программ. Слово предоставляется президенту Европейской комиссии. Прошу вас, уважаемая госпожа Урсула фон дер Ляйен.